Welcome to Signing Day, presented by West 10 Media.
Great job as always, Lanie Howe, but I'm going to go to the bullpen for a little relief.
All right.
That's a tough one to follow, Coach, but thanks, Coach Sanfratello, for believing in me. Okay, signing day. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and most importantly, leave a comment on a student-athlete's journey to get to the next level. Enjoy the video.
Good afternoon, welcome to Tipton Rosemark Academy as we recognize another one of our players, Lanie Howe, as she signs with Chattanooga State today. 6 or 7 years ago, Big Dave, you guys remember Big Dave? Big Dave Rice came over and said he was working with a pitcher, big, tall, lanky, skinny, awkward. He used all these words to describe her, but he said that he was working with her and said she was going to be a really good pitcher, and he was trying to get her over here to TRA. He would, I think that back then you were maybe doing pitching lessons outside, like almost in the Sportsplex parking lot, back there behind the field. I know that they would come to football games and basketball games and come through tailgates and stuff like that. And he was really working it for us. Big Dave was really working it for us. But he said she was going to be a really, really good player for us. And looking back on her career, I'd have to say he was correct in that. I'm going to give you guys some stats first. And these are going to be career stats. Remember, she came up as an 8th grader, and so she's already had 4 years with us, but for her career offensively, she is 4th all-time in games played with 170 games, 6th all-time in at-bats with 450, 8th in hits with 144. She's going to be top 10 in runs with 82, and remember, she's a pitcher. She gets a runner most of the time, so the fact that she's scored that many runs still means she's on base a lot. 4th all-time in doubles with 36, top 10 in home runs with 7, 6th in RBIs with 129, top 10 in average at 320, and top 10 in slugging percentage at 447, which, remember, she still has 1 more year to add to those stats, so she's going to walk away from here probably top 5 in most of those categories. In the circle, in addition to different single season or numerous records, she's currently 5th overall in career wins, 36 wins there. 4th overall in strikeouts, she has 305 strikeouts. 3rd overall with innings pitched in 395, and 3rd in games pitched with 97. The past few years she's faced the best teams that we play, and so you got to realize, like, numbers are going to be inflated, and the better hitters you face, the better you're going to have. And she still managed to keep those numbers down. So, or some of those numbers up, some of those numbers down. You get what I'm saying. She's been selected All-Region 3 times: 2023, 24, 25. Commercial Appeal All-Metro Team in 23 and 25. Daily Memphian All-Metro Team 23, 24, 25. And the Tennessee Sports Writer Association All-State Team in 2023. And again, got 1 more year for that, so those numbers are just going to continue. She's going to continue to move up those lists. She's had 36 career wins in the circle, and 2 of them stand out to me. One was, I think it was your 8th grade year. We played in Brentwood, and she pitched against Summit. I don't even know what Summit High School is, but it's a big high school in Nashville area. And dominated them. It was a really good performance for a tall, skinny, awkward 8th grader. And she really, I think, gave up maybe 2 runs in this game. It was a really good performance. And I just remember thinking at that point, I told him, it's like, man, that's a really good team she just beat. And she was, like I said, 8th grade. The second one was, of course, this past season. We beat Baylor. I think that's the first time that anybody has ever forced a game 3. I think winning that first game. They've never been in a quarterfinal series where they played 3rd game. In that game, I think she had, I don't have the number of hits here, but it was a 2-0 shutout. Shut down a team like that, you guys have been around the last couple of years when we go there and play. It's very, very difficult to make a 16-time state champion team not score a run. She did a great job with that. I've got 3 words that come to mind when I think about her as a player, the first is she's very coachable. We have times where we, like, if we recognize something in her swing or whatever, we'll say it, and she will do it. She will do it right there. I mean, she changes. She believes that we know what we're talking about. I make her say it just because now she'll say, what do you say? You're a genius. You're a genius. She tells me I'm a genius when I tell her these things, but she's very, very coachable. You can tell her to do it. Whether she thinks it's right or wrong, she'll do it. And that's really what coaches like is they want to be able to tell a player to do something, they do it. And if it doesn't work, we'll just go to the next thing. But she's very coachable. The second thing, she has a short memory. That's not an education thing. That's not an education thing. It's a compliment when it comes to athletes, basketball players. If you're a shooter and you're shooting the ball, you go 0 for your first 5, you got to keep shooting because you may go 5 for the next 5, right? As a pitcher, it's a game of failure. This game is set up for failure. You're going to fail. If you're successful, you're going to fail 7 times out of 10. All right? She's got a short memory in that sort of we talk about, so what next pitch? She does a great job of, all right, I gave up 2 runs that inning. It's over with. All right? It's over with. That's what I'm talking about with short memory. The last thing, the third thing is she has swagger. That swagger that I've always said, like I've never had a pitcher. I've had a lot of quiet pitchers that kind of don't want to be in front of. I don't want to say they don't like success, but they don't like the attention. And that's not. This is also not a. This is a compliment. But I always like to have those pitchers that like say, "I'm fixing to go out here and shove it. Nothing you can do about it." All right. She's got that swagger. If you watch her strike, sometimes she'll get really excited and strike out people, and she kind of looks at. She'll look over there and scream and yell. Sometimes she may say something to them. That's all part of it. That's exactly what you want the person with the ball to have, is that swagger. There's been, I can't tell you how many times there's a picture of one of these pictures I saw, she's screaming I know she's screaming at somebody in that picture, a hitter or back at the catcher or whatever. There's a fine line between that swagger and that confidence and then being arrogant. She's right there on the line. She knows exactly what that line is and she does it perfect. It's exactly what sometimes I gotta watch her with her language. Sometimes she gets too excited and she likes to say some things she shouldn't say, but it's all in competition, right? We all know how it is because we all compete. And her taste in music is awful. They all love it, but it's not music that the rest of it. It's kind of like state championship music. When you're in the Blythe state tournament, there's no rules with music when it comes to state tournament time, but that's her all the time. It's now given her this opportunity to sign a letter of intent with Chat State. And so on behalf of Coach Kim, Coach Mark, I don't know if Coach Addie's not on the phone today, but Coach Addie, and our softball team, our administration, and the rest of our athletic department, congrats. All right, Lanie asked me last night, could she say a few words? So she has, I'm going to let her speak.
First, I would like to thank everybody for coming out. I would like to thank my parents for the support and just always being there and all that. I would like to thank single parent and mom and Max for just taking me in as an 8th grader and just giving me the confidence to play for them. It has been a lot to play for both of you.
Not that easy.
And just thank everyone just for everything that they have done, the support, and just always never giving up on me and just always having my back and being behind me. I want to give a shout out to Lola. We're going to get to play together and just carry this bond that we've had for 5 years now and be roommates, so it'll be super fun. But yeah, just thanks to everyone and thanks to my parents always and thanks to y'all too.
Hi, it's Thomas Sellers Jr. here with another signing day, the first for the class of 2026. Miss Lanie Howe, you had the honor of being the first in the area. How does that feel?
It feels good. I've been signed or committed for a while, and so I just decided that it was time to sign, and obviously I was the first to do it, so it's an honor.
Hey, this day and age is not easy to get to this moment with NIL, transfer portals, and all that kind of stuff. How does it feel to accomplish your goal that a lot of your peers are finding hard to do these days?
It feels very awarding to obviously get this opportunity. I've put a lot of work and effort into it, and with all of the NIL and all of that going on, it's just an honor to be able to play at the next level and just show that anyone can do it if they put their mind to it.
Hey, you head into a very competitive part of our state and the nation. East Tennessee, from the Lady Vols, Chattanooga, there's a lot of competitive softball being played over there. Now you get to be in the mix. But you started kind of late for a girl in West Tennessee.
Yes,
Most
sir.
girls started at 4 or 5 years old. You started when you were 9?
Yes, sir, I did.
Why you pick it up so late?
Well, I did cheer and pageants when I was younger, and
You are beautiful enough to
my
do that.
dad said that I want to try something because he wanted me to obviously be outdoorsy because he hated being in the gym and watching that stuff. So at 9, I went to a tryout, and ever since then I've been playing and just,
Quite natural at it.
yeah.
And just a few years later, it's a coaching staff at Tipton Rosemark Academy that hears about you and they take a chance on an 8th grader. How do you feel about, Coach Kim, Coach Sam Patel, all of them, the chance they took on you? And part of this is rewarding their hard work and trusting you. How does it feel?
It feels amazing just to obviously get the honor to come up as an 8th grader and get a spot on the team and be able to go play against the highest teams in San Fran, just taking the faith in me to get the wins on the biggest floor that there is.
That big stage that you were on against Baylor, to force a 3rd game against them is a minor miracle. What was going through your mind that day in the circle? Were you locked in?
I was. From getting on the bus to getting to the field to warming up, it was that I knew in my mind that I wanted to beat them, and going out on that field and taking the ball out of the circle and just pitching it out the whole game. Like, I knew in my mind that we had a chance to beat them and just that I could do it. So
you like pitching in Chattanooga?
I did.
Well, a couple more things I'd like to talk to you about. I've been covering Tipton Rosemark since Lindsey Sterling, and that proves how old I am. I'm not calling you old, Lindsey, but that goes way back, and over 20 years of covering. I've seen some dominant pitchers like her, and I've seen some dominant hitters, but it's rarefied air when you have one that does both, and they're in the top 10 in both categories. You're up there with a Rachel Whitley, and those type of players. How does it feel to know that you'll be one of the best pitchers that have come to Rosemark and one of the best hitters?
It's an honor to just be able to have that, obviously, and just people to look up to me and see that it's possible to do both, to hit and pitch, and that if one's not working, that you have to obviously believe that the other will, and sometimes they'll both work and sometimes they won't, but it's okay in the end. So
now, everybody I talked to today said your approach is team first. You want to be contributing. Where did that spirit come from?
I would say, like, my parents have always put in my mind, like, don't be a me person and play for your team. So I guess just ever since I started playing and got on the field, and my parents putting in my head that it's a team sport and to play for everyone, that I've just always played for my team and wanted it for everyone and not just for myself.
So my last question, what do you want for your Lady Rebels in 2026? How do you want to go out?
I want to make it to state and win it all and just show that it's possible and that we can do it. So
Okay, so this team does have what it takes?
I think so, yes, sir.
Well, let's hope in May I'll be doing another interview with you as a state champion.
Yes, sir. I hope so.
Well, we appreciate your time and congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
signing day.